Cyril Ramaphosa announcing that he will appoint the Deputy Chief Justice, Raymond Zondo, as the new Chief Justice. This is from the 1st of April. However, the Judicial Service Commission has said that its first recommendation would be to appoint Judge Meyer, President of the Supreme Court of Appeal, as Chief Justice. Let's speak now to Judge's Matter from Mbekezeli. Benjamin. Mbekezeli, good afternoon to you. You were at the interviews. You saw all 4 candidates being interviewed. You saw what the JSC said in the end. Are you surprised by this announcement from the presidency? It'll be Judge Zondo?
Good evening, Stephen, and good evening to the viewers at home. We are very much surprised that President Ramaphosa decided to appoint Justice Zondo. We are surprised, firstly, because the frontrunner was Justice Meyer, and even during the interviews, he was the best performing. Surprisingly, Justice Zondo was one of the least performing candidates. He struggled to answer questions about the judiciary. But what we've seen from the President's statement is that Justice Zondo will be Chief Justice for the 2 years he has remaining on the bench, and Justice Meyer, it seems, would then take over because President Ramaphosa has nominated her as Deputy Chief Justice.
Well, that suggests then she becomes the front runner. So that would then basically allow everyone to have a chance to take a breath and prepare for what comes next.
It seems like that is what the president intended, that basically Justice Zondo would be a caretaker Chief Justice, and then the real Chief Justice, if you will take over after about 2 years' time.
Would you have preferred him to just appoint Judge Meyer now?
Yes, it would have been much more preferable because she had a clear vision that she cast during her interview. She had grasped the issues that needed the attention of the Chief Justice. She was aware of the problems in the judiciary, and she seems to have concrete plans of how she intended to execute that vision. Justice Zondo, he's the incumbent right now in terms of acting in the position, but he couldn't really cast a clear vision for what he intended to do once appointed as Chief Justice. So that might be, I think, the issue. But again, he's an old hand in this. He's experienced. He's acted in the position. So I think he would equally do a decent job.
The Judicial Service Commission, of course, did say that it believed its first choice was Judge Meyer. As I understand the law, and Mbekezeli, you'll know this better than I do, so check me if I get this slightly wrong or just completely wrong. But as I understand the law, the President could actually have appointed any of the 4. Is that right? Does the Judicial Service Commission's advice, if that's what it is, matter?
Well, the Judicial Service Commission advice is important. It is an important factor in the decision-making. But, of course, it is not the decision. The decision rests with the President, and he was free to appoint any of the 4 candidates, and he decided to go with the one that the JSC did not actually advise him on. So it's completely allowed. There's no rule-breaking in this decision.
Then the next question is, does Judge Meyer have to now go through another Judicial Service Commission interview for the position of Deputy Chief Justice, which has just been through one, for the position of Chief Justice? I mean, she would be interviewed for the position below the one which the JSC has already said she would be the best candidate for.
Yes, that is exactly what it means. She now has to be interviewed because all the President has done now is to nominate her for Deputy Chief Justice. The JSC will schedule an interview with her. She will be the only candidate for the position, and then the President again will make the appointment of the Deputy Chief Justice.
It does mean now that there will be some movements on the Constitutional Court. She will, of course, move to the Constitutional Court, going through that process. But there's still other vacancies. We'll also need a new Judge President at the Supreme Court of Appeal. There's suddenly going to be a lot more movement. We're going to hear a lot more from the Judicial Service Commission on this.
Yes, there's a lot of work cut out for the Judicial Service Commission. There are currently 2 vacancies on the Constitutional Court, and so with Justice Zondo moving over and Justice Meyer coming on, there will be a vacancy.